I've interviewed them like 5 times already, and our first meeting, which wasn't actually an interview, got off to definitely the wrong start because I was bombed and they wanted to meet me, and for some reason, you know, Randy was saying something. Apparently, I slapped him, and then I fell down the stairs off their bus. So, but then we made good, and as you can see, Randy and I have become actually pretty cool friends. He's a really cool guy, and I think we just had misunderstandings, and now it's all good.
Let's go.
What's up, guys? You're watching Thrash Talk. I'm Julia, and I'm sitting down here with Randy, the singer of Lamb of God.
Hello.
One of the biggest fucking metal bands around at the moment, and one of the biggest tours.
It's been really good. You know, all but one of the shows so far is sold out. You know, tonight at the Roseland is sold out. It's pretty fucking amazing.
Sick.
You know, yeah. It's been a really good deal. You know, we did a little bit of time with Machine Head before. It's nice to be back on the road with them. Trivium are cool dudes selling some records. So they're, you know,
the French. They're
making their bones. But the best part of the tour is the best band on the tour is Gojira from France.
Wow.
From France.
Fucking Frenchmen.
Who would think that the Frenchies would, you know, kick it?
Do they eat a lot of cheese?
No, they don't. They
don't eat cheese, and they make metal good.
No, they eat cheese. They just not a lot of le fromage. They're amazing, man. They put out the best record of last year, in my opinion, from Mars to Sirius on prosthetic.
Some serious words, man. Serious words for a Grammy nominee. Now, and on to that whole situation. You know, you guys have been fucking seriously tearing it up in the past few years, and I think definitely sealing your name as one of the best bands ever with this latest record, Sacrament. I mean, you know, Redneck got a Grammy nomination, Best Metal Performance. Like, what does that say to you? Does that mean anything? The Grammy nomination doesn't really speak much to me at all, because the people who nominate you for a Grammy aren't the kids that are going to come to the show tonight, you know? They're like, you know, I mean, Milli Vanilli got nominated for a Grammy, you know, whatever, you know? It's like, it's cool. I guess it's a sign that the mainstream is seeing that heavier music is popular to a degree. And they're trying to do as they always do and make a buck off of it, but everything in music is cyclical. It'll go away. I mean, but like, you know, like Metal Hammer quoted you guys on the cover of their magazine as, you know, the hellish heirs to Pantera's throne. That's some fucking serious shit. Rob Flynn on the Machine Head website said in his diary that you guys are all that's right with metal right now. I mean, that's, I think that's really amazing compliments from actually, you know, people that matter. And, you know, how when you guys started as Lamb of God, I know you guys came from all different influences. We talked about this many interviews ago. Like, did you ever think that, you know, right now you're probably like the best metal band that came out of our generation, really? We get a lot of Pantera comparisons, a lot of Slayer comparisons, and people are like, are you going to carry the torch? And it's like, dude, you know, I know those dudes, and I've never seen any of them in the Olympics. Where is this torch? And I'm too drunk to carry it now. And like, you know, all that shit's really flattering. But you know, we're just 5 dudes from Virginia. We're doing what we're doing. Right on. Tell me about the fucking Conan O'Brien show. Did he throw down metal style after you played that? Being on Conan was very weird, man. It was like, we're on stage 50 feet away as a seated audience of, you know, 200 or 300 people and cameras and all this shit. And it's just like, however, Max Weinberg, who plays drums for the E Street Band, you know, Bruce Springsteen, the boss, Jersey. He hung out. He's been to several of our shows. His son is a real big fan, and, you know. Fucking Sacrament. Sick album. Fucking amazing. I definitely think it shows how you guys have really developed as a band. There's so much more, like, layers of, you know, of style, and your vocals are fucking out of control. Tell me a little bit about the recording process and the main inspiration for this album. Sacrament, basically, you know, we had released 2 records before that were pretty politicized, pretty, you know, harsh on the Bush administration, as it were. I don't like the dude much. He said harsh on the Bush. Yeah, harsh on the Bush. Remember that, ladies. like we did, you know, we did 2 political records, you know, and
people were branding us as a strictly political band, and Bush got reelected anyway, and we're like, okay, man, we can only say fuck this so many times. And Mark and I were like, well, let's just step back and look into you know, our personal problems. And what we did was try and write, you know, lyrics from a kind of dark place, so that, you know, yeah, they come from us in certain situations, but anybody that listens to it, you know, suppose you're mad at your boss in the morning, can put on that record and kind of take that song and make it their own, you know, and identify, you know.
That's awesome. That's what I love about it the most.
Well, it's a, you know, it's a present, and like, you know, music is, you know, the bands that I grew up listening to, they gave me a present. They kept me from like going to prison or something.
Certainly. Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
it kept me sane, as it were, and I wanted to give that back to people, you know, and so we tried to make the music broad enough so that it would be applicable to anyone's lives, and I think we succeeded.
Fucking A, I think it's fucking amazing. How would you say that, like, that you guys, besides the recording process, but as a band, have evolved since you guys were Bird the Priest?
I think just everybody has kind of learned how to be in a band. Like, when we were Burn the Priest, it was like, just kind of like, there's these 5 dudes and they can sort of play their instruments. And they can, and that dude can sort of scream like a mountain gorilla or something, you know? It's been a learning process, and also it's, you know, learning how to play, how to be a musician, I guess, and also learning how to personally be able to deal with being in a band with 4 other dudes. It's like, for me, it's like being married to 4 other people, and they're on the rag 80% of the time. You know, you're trying to learn how to deal with other dudes, and you know, I'm not perfect. Well, yeah, I am, but no, I'm not. Nobody in this band is. It's just a matter of learning how to function in this environment.
You know, also, you know, with that issue, how do you guys, you know, there's a lot of hype going around you, good and bad, and like you said, you know, all the drama that comes with being in a band, and also being a metal band is not the easiest job to have with the industry and everything else. How do you guys still like manage to keep your heads together and kind of focus on what matters, and, you know, put out a record that's one, you know, after the other, that's better and better and stronger?
Well, for one thing, I think it's our environment, you know, the way we choose to spend our downtime. You know, all of us are married to really cool chicks who don't give a fuck about the band thing. They're like, oh, you get off tour, and they're like, huh, well, it's time for you to mow the lawn. It's time for you to paint the, you know, the
paint that deck
wall or whatever, you know. Our chicks and our family and our friends keep us in line, you know, and we very conscientiously try and, you know, maintain a sort of level view of who we are and what we are, which is just 5 dudes. You know,
throwing down some metal, having a good time.
Who make some music and have a good time sometimes, and we happen to make a living off of it now. That's it.
This is a mother invitation, the only one you could ever need. This is a mother invitation, just one.
Where do you guys see yourself in the future, and, you know, what do you guys see Lamb of God doing?
We'll probably tour until, you know, we just break. We're just gonna ride it as long as we can, you know, and then we'll probably blow a gasket, and, you know, I'll go off and live at the beach somewhere and raise kids.
You know, with all the mishaps that happened on the road, you were telling me something about a funky toe.
Like, I had decided, you could see where my toenails split in half.
Delicious.
I had dropped a machete on my foot on the last day of tour, you know, and so I like got some super glue and kind of glued my toe back together and shit. And had the rock doc come and bring me some shit. And then I got this fucking ingrown toenail from hell. It's like all like puffy and pussy.
Coming out of there.
Yeah, it's kind of like yellowy and pussy and shit. It's kind of gotten better.
Squirtage out of there?
I don't know if it's gonna. Ooh, there's some like cheese right there.
Delicious.
You know, it's pretty nasty. It hurts.
All right, motherfuckers. Randy, thank you so much. The show is going to be amazing. Roseanne tonight. Check out the rest of the tour. Machine Head, Lamb of God, Trivium, Gojira. Am I saying it right?
Gojira.
Gojira. Kind of sounds like
Gojira. As a Japanese they say Gojira, but when I was in Japan, I was like, how do you say this? Because Gojira is the original name for Godzilla.
Oh, so they're French trying to be Japanese in America. What the fuck?
They are.
Wow.
They are like Godzilla. They're
deep.
mighty. But if I was in Japan, I'm like, how do you say it? They're like, Gojira. And I'm like, Gojira? Gojira. So it's Gojira. So check them out, though. They rule.
Get it right, motherfuckers. We'll see you on tour. Rock on.
If there was a single day I could live, a single breath I could take,